Hey, I'm Gary. I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland, and I am a musician, a traveller. I go to as many countries as I can, and when I'm there, I love to watch native people playing their instruments. I love to have a shop. I love to try and buy them. I would buy them all, but I got no money. I got no home to store them. But instruments I've tried, loved, and will one day buy are like Indian tablas. So much fun. Didgeridoos from Australia, obviously. Guqin from China. It's an amazing instrument. Anyway, enough of me rambling on about what I want to get. Today we're going to be talking about recording an electrical instrument. We will be doing guitar, so either an electric or electroacoustic, or even a ukulele. So let's get down to it. How are we going to get this instrument into this? That's my computer with Logic Pro in it. Anyway, let's talk about that in a second. So first off, what are we going to need? We're going to need an instrument. We've seen the guitar. What else? Something I don't own yet. I'll get it eventually. An audio interface. I use a USB cable. Maybe it's not the best, I don't know, but it works. So we've got audio interface, which will look something like this. Excuse my drawing. As I say, I don't have it, and I can't show you anything on the computer because I don't have internet on the computer. I do this course by phone, which is interesting. So anyway, we want to go an interface, a guitar. We're going to need 1/4 inch TS cable. This is an unbalanced cable. It's going to go from the guitar, and that's going to go into your audio interface. We shall also need a USB or FireWire, depending on what you have. This will go from your audio interface into your computer. Okay. Then we're going to need a computer, so you can use your laptop, your desktop, and you'll need some monitors. If you have some speakers, awesome. I don't. I have headphones. So this is an 1/8 inch. I have to put an adapter to make it 1/4 inch, and that way you can connect it when I get it to an audio interface. So how it works, we take this guitar, when we strum it, you're creating a transverse signal. Goes through into the pickup, and once it goes through the pickup, it goes through the guitar piece and from pickup into what will be this. In fact, not that, because this is the TS. That'll work, but TS is unbalanced cable. Take that, route it all the way through, into, let's see, into your audio interface. Your audio interface will take your analog signal and convert it into digital signals, so binary codes. Your computer won't recognise the analog, so it needs the ones and zeros. Don't know much about this, but it needs the ones and zeros to understand what is going on. You're going to have to set up your interface for the proper signal. If you have it too high, you're going to get some clipping, some digital distortion. You're not going to be able to fix this. It's going to sound bad. So make sure you get your levels right. If it's too high, attenuate it. If it's too low, amplify it. This will be done on your digital interface. No, I don't have an interface, but what I gather, what I hope at least, is what will happen is there's a direct monitoring. The idea behind direct monitoring is to stop latency, which is a delay, because if you're routing from your instrument to your laptop, putting effects in it, it's coming back, it's got processing to do, it's going to take some time. So on digital interface, you take your headphones or your monitors on an output, and then you can listen as you play in real time. Okay, so we have our signal inside of the interface. We've converted it into binary so the computer can understand it. Now we have to send it along from our interface into our computer. So we'll go along the cables. Into the computer, and then we open up our DAW, Logic Pro, and then we go into the preferences, and then we set up our input and output. That's going to be your audio interface. And okay, then you get your track, and you arm it, make sure that you can see the signal coming in, which it should. So make sure it's not in the red, digital distortion, not so good. Once it's there, you can then hit record. Your signal's in, you're good to go. Play a sweet ass tune, record it, stop, and you can have effects on this. You could have reverb, delay, you could put compressors on, loads of things, lots of distortion, whatever you want, endless modulation. Anyway, so if you want to hear all that whilst you're playing, you're going to have some latency. It's going to come all the way back through from your computer into your audio interface. It has to convert it from digital back into analog, and then from there it goes through your monitors. So there's going to be a delay. It's not going to be much, but enough to get a little confusing. So there's ways around this. Well, kind of. There's ways around hearing what you're doing. You can do direct monitoring, which will be straight from your interface. So you plug your headphones into your interface, and you can listen as you're playing. There's no effects. It's basically before it goes into your computer, so you can hear it raw. It's got a preamp on your interface, so you get some volume, and then you can listen, play along. You can also not use the effects, and then you can go into your buffer size. If you make it like 128 samples, you might get like a round trip of about 6-7 milliseconds. It's not much, but if you put reverb, put a little bit like extra delay, it could add up to like 1 second, 2 seconds, depending on your processor speed as well. If that happens, it's not so good. So let's recap. Take a guitar, take a player, some inspiration, take our cables, unbalanced, TS, into your audio interface changes audio into digital goes into your computer. From your computer you can record, you can use Pro Tools, GarageBand, Ableton Live, whatever you've got, you can record from there. You want to hear it back, you can route it back through into some monitors via your audio interface. You can do direct monitoring. There you go, you've got a signal. You went from your guitar, you went through the audio transverse signal, audio interface, analog, digital. That's it. That's all we got. I hope you've learnt something from this. I hope it makes sense. That's just my bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you're looking forward to the next week too, as I am. Speak to you next week. Bye.